St. Anne's Tower, Foxtrot Romeo Uniform Tango, holding short 18.
Romeo Uniform Tango Tower, backtrack, line up for warning.
Lining up 18, Romeo Uniform Tango.
Romeo Uniform Tango Tower, fly runway heading to advised, wind 180 at 14, ghosting 21, clear for takeoff, runway 18.
Runway heading until advised, clear for takeoff 18, Romeo Uniform Tango.
St. Andrews Tower, Hotel Echo Tango, holding short runway 18, no backtrack required.
Hotel Echo.
Airspeed going live, gauges on green,
Lining up.
55. Hi, so while everyone is locked down, I'm here in the air flying. So kailangan ko pa ng some hours para sa lisensya ko. As you know, new pilots like me, like myself, we need to reach certain hours before we can get our license. So although tapos ko na yung flight test, but still I don't have enough PIC or pilot in command hours like this, solo, walang instructor, so I can't get my license yet. Anyway, the reason why I'm doing this, why am I doing this? So I don't know. I think it's just, this is made for those people who wants to be a pilot, I guess. So if you want to be a pilot, there is a shortage of pilots. But because of COVID-19, lots of big airlines, if not all, are actually laying off flight crews, cabin crews, pilots, etc. Right? But still, if you are starting right now, this may be the best time to study how to be a pilot. So as you can notice, I'm not holding the yoke yung manibela. It's because this plane, Cessna 172, is equipped of autopilot and a trim tab that controls your altitude actually. Anyway, so we are here in Manitoba, Canada right now, flying, and if you're a Filipino, I assume you're a Filipino because I'm speaking the language, right? So, para sa mga Pilipino, if you want to be a pilot and you have the chance to actually go to Canada, I would highly suggest that you should go to Canada. Why? Because it's cheaper. For some reason, it's cheaper. So, last time I heard, so the rent for this per hour is $170 per hour. So let's say 200 would be around 7,000 pesos per hour, right? But I have a friend who's actually working on her commercial on a 172 there in the Philippines. She's paying 12,000 pesos per hour. See the difference? It's almost what? It's almost 100% difference, if not 80% more expensive to study in the Philippines. Probably it has a lot to do with, I don't know, fuel cost, because in the US it's also much expensive than in Canada, so your best choice is Canada. So of course you will need accommodation, so dun magkakaroon medyo tricky, pero there are most of the schools are actually providing accommodation. So ang problema mo na lang is your visa going here and food, because they will not provide food, most of them, so you will have to buy your own food. And
This is one negative, testing frequencies 123.321, test out.
buy your own food and and your own mode of transportation if you want to roam around. Alright, so we are at 5,500 feet. now, which is the appropriate height if you're flying VFR. VFR meaning you're relying on visual flight rules, so you can see where you're going. You're not relying on the instruments, because otherwise, if it's raining, umuulan, hindi mo nakikita yung labas, then it's an IFR flight. IFR meaning instrument flight rules, so you're just relying and you're at the mercy of your instruments. So going back, yun nga, I'm flying 5,500, and if you're wondering kung bakit hindi nagbubungguan, well, there are occasions na nagbungguan yung mga aeroplano, marami namatay. Pero kung bakit hindi laging nagbubungguan yung mga aeroplano, it's because in Canada, I'm not sure with the US, but I guess it's the same. If you're flying east, you need to fly odd numbers plus 500 after 3,000. So what does it mean? So if you're flying east, you need to fly 3,500, 5,500, and 7,500. So almost 2,000 increments. Pero it has to be on odd numbers. But if you're flying east, yes. If you're flying east, or if you're flying west, you'll need to fly even numbers, even thousands, plus 500. So 2,500, 4,500, 6,500, and so on. But that's for VFR. But if you're flying on an IFR flight, then you will have to fly without the 500s, just 1,000, 3,000, 5,000. And if you're heading west, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. So it's just an intro for those who wants to fly or who are, wanting to be a pilot one day. I don't want to say dream, because it wasn't my dream to be a pilot actually. So let's debunk a lot of myth surrounding being a pilot. Kasi sabi nila that you have to be smart. You have, genius, but I won't say I'm genius. But you have to be smart to be a pilot. Not so much. You just can't be dumb. That's all. And most importantly, you need to be good with numbers, because we are flying right now. So part of the exam is, so you're gonna use your map. Here's the map. So you're gonna plot point A to point B, and then you're gonna measure it. And without using any instrument, just math, you will need to give an estimated time of arrival to point B. So how do you do it? With the Cessna 152 and almost with 172, I guess you can use it. The formula is distance multiplied by 2 divided by 3. So if the distance is, let's say right now I'm heading back to St. Andrews, Dunes airport. My current distance is 88 nautical miles. 88 nautical miles times 2, what is it? 176. 176 divided by 3 is what? It's almost 8 minutes, right? Tama ba? No, it can't be right. Times 2, 160 divided by 3. Yeah, it has to be. Because it's a big number. Let's say I'm traveling or I'm heading towards a destination. Oh, that's why. Because it's 80. It's 180 divided by 3. So again, with this, I'm flying right now I'm heading back to St. Andrews. My current distance is 86 nautical miles. 86 nautical miles times 2 is what? 172. 172 divided by 3 is almost 50. Let's say 50, right? That's 150. That will make it 150. So it's 172, so 21, so 157. So 57 rather. 57 minutes. So on my way right now, if I'm flying 90 knots, it will take me 57 minutes. So things like that. I mean, mental calculation that you need to be comfortable with, right? So yeah, if you want to be a pilot, you know, it's not a measure of intelligence kasi. Flying is a skill. So when you say skill, you know, you get good at it the more you do it, right? So it's okay and it's accepted or expected that you won't do great immediately. Yung first try mo agad, magaling ka. So hindi ganun. So you do it and you study hard. You need to study the rules. So it's kind of cloudy right now. If you can see at the back, I will let you see it here. Alright, there you go, there you go. Alright, so as you can see, it's kind of cloudy. So part of being a pilot is knowing how the atmosphere works. Where is the you know, the base of the clouds? How high the clouds will that be? Based on the temperature and the dew point, right? That you will learn on your way, learning your PPL, private pilot license. Right, so it's all about speed, speed, speed. And here are your instruments. So first off, this is your airspeed indicator. It shows you your airspeed. Right now we are flying at 90 knots. Your attitude indicator. Your attitude.
Traffic center 694 last stop Winnipeg 45 to the south of Blood Danish, I believe 13,000 feet Blood Danish 18 in 11.
Yeah, so basically whenever we hear a transmission, we need to be quiet and listen to it, and you know, it might, you know, concerns us. So this is your altitude. So right now we are flying at 5,500 feet. Turn and bank indicator. Heading indicator. So we are heading at 130. That you need to confirm with your compass as well. This is your vertical speed indicator. See, it's going up like 500 feet per minute, and look at our altimeter. It's going up as well because both of it shows our height and how fast we are actually climbing. This is a bit advanced. This is your VOR or omnidirectional. Very high frequency omnidirectional range. So that's your VOR. It is used for instrument flying. This is your GPS, your Garmin 430. This is your autopilot. This is your
Traffic here, Bravo 258 feet, 12, zone 30 back to the west, descending out of 13,000 feet downwind 26.
This is your transponder. Your ADF for this guy here. Almost the same with this, but different. You're using a different facility. Okay. All right. So that's basically it. So this is your fuel quantity. This is your fuel quantity. No, this is the fuel quantity, right? Correct. Vacuum, ammeter, temperature, oil temperature, and pressure. Okay, and yep, that's it.